People hate to what? Change. Why? Why do they hate to change or try new things? Because they're scared. You know, I'm a psychologist. I've written 7 books. Every book has a chapter about fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear prevents us from trying anything new, from being exciting, from getting that, from being out in front of the wave. Fear always keeps us at the back of the wave. Fear keeps us playing not to lose, as opposed to playing to win, playing it safe. And fear, the way fear works, I'll give you a quick course in it. Fear deludes the mind. It makes everything seem worse than it is, seem scarier. It's going to take longer. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'll give you an example. I was working for one of the biggest healthcare companies, Cigna. I did a whole bunch of programs for them. And one time I was talking to a senior vice president. And I said to him, what do you think about this public option? This was last year. And here's how fear works. People, when they're afraid, immediately jump to the worst case, right? The worst case. So they jump to the worst case. So I asked him, what do you think about the public option? And here's the guy's reaction. The public option? That's the worst thing. He said, you know what happens in a public option? What's going to happen in the insurance business if they got a public option? What are they going to need us for? And if they don't need us, what are they going to need me? I'm going to be out of a job. And if I'm out of a job, when am I going to get another job? You know how hard it is in the job market today? You know how tough what's going on? And I'm unemployed. I mean, I got bills. I got a house to pay for. I got a car to pay for. I got my kids at school. I got it. And all of a sudden, he had himself sitting on the curb drinking Ripple out of a paper bag, right? See, he went from public option to Ripple time in about 14 seconds. That's what fear does. It jumps your mind into the worst case, and it causes you, you know, and I'll give you an example. I used to teach. I wrote a book about skiing. It was a huge seller. Skied every day for 5 years. And we used to take groups skiing. And here's how fear works. Skiing is great to work with fear. So one of the things, you take a group to an expert slope. So what's the sign of an expert slope? Black diamond, right? So here's what happened. They get there, and don't forget, fear. The minute you see fear, worst case. So they see the black diamond, and the first thing they do is, black! You see that black diamond? Do you know what that means? Death. If I go down there, I'm not just to forget it. I ain't going there. And off to the lodge. So I'd say, wait. To break the case of fear, you do a little reality. How steep do you think the slope is? Well, it must be about 70 degrees. Well, 70 degrees, you would die. You know, it's like the face of El Cap. So we measure it, do a reality check. One of the things that I talk about is fear is unreality, makes everything seem, you know, crazy. It blows things out of proportion. So, you know, we measure the slope and you're thinking not 70 degrees, it's about like 25 degrees. So the first step is a reality check. The second step to break when people are afraid, and as a leader, this is important for you. I would ask them, yeah, you want to see down there. Yeah, you're looking at the future. See what it's like. That motivates you. Looking at the future motivates people, and it gives you direction. But when you want to do action, you don't do that. You don't pay attention. You want to look at what you can do. So in skiing, I would say, can you make one turn? And I said, make sure you can make it and take one turn and stop. So they'd take one turn and they'd stop. Okay. Can you make one more turn? Can you make it? Make it a can do. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. Now they've made 2 or 3 can do turns. How they feeling? More confident, right? Now I'm more confident. Hey, this ain't so hard. And you know what that confidence does? That confidence increases my motivation and creates momentum. And all of a sudden, as I'm more confident and I'm more motivated, I go down the hill. So when you're trying something new, a new approach to docs, a new approach to patients, a new approach to anything, Have the big picture in mind. It gives you direction. It gives you, a vision of where you want to go. The first step is always, what can I do? And make sure the first step is one you can make. It's one you're pretty sure you're going to succeed at. I have a rule called the 90% rule. And the 90% rule is if you think you're going to accomplish this, try a little less. The old rule, conventional thinking says, always try a little more. I'm telling you, try a little less, because that'll guarantee that you what? Succeed. And if you succeed, you got the confidence, you got the motivation, you got the momentum. If you try a little more, then it's a little tight, and what happens? You're going to fall. So 90% rule. Give people something they can succeed in. And once you got that energy going, it's hard to stop.